Hello and welcome to this video. For those of you who have been following, so far we have covered different aspects of the question, when will I receive my interview notification, or when will my interview be conducted? Now, I have been saying that in today's diversity visa program, that question cannot be addressed in a straightforward way. So if the question cannot be addressed in a straightforward way nowadays, then how is it addressed? That is what we are about to see in this video. So now, let's go into that. Now, we just covered the new factors that we said now affect the scheduling of interviews in the diversity visa program. We had said that in the past, there were only a few conditions that your case had to meet for it to be scheduled for interview. You needed to submit your DS-260, that DS-260 or those DS-260s needed to be processed, and that happened almost immediately, and your case number needed to become current. So at the end of the day, in the past, it actually boiled down to your case number becoming current. You only needed to see when a case number will become current in the fiscal year to know when the interview of that case would be conducted. It was as simple as that, and that was what made it straightforward in the past. Now, the new factors that we just covered have come into play. So, in today's diversity visa program, in order to address the question, when will I receive my interview notification, or when will my interview be conducted, you have to take into consideration and, where necessary, analyze those factors in addition to when your case number will become current. Now, for each of those factors, let's see how that is done. The first of the new factors that we considered was when you submitted your DS-260. Now, at that level, there is not much to analyze. We've summarized how it works in today's diversity visa program. We said the sooner you submit your DS-260, the sooner it will go, or it goes through the different stages of processing. So your responsibility is to submit your DS-260 early enough so that it won't constitute an obstacle when it comes to the scheduling of your diversity visa interview. And that takes us to the next point, or the next new factor that we covered, which is the different stages that your application goes through while being processed. Now, at that level, it is no longer within your control. Your application by then is with KCC. So it is only KCC that can indicate the stage at which your application is at the moment. And once you get to know that stage, that is the next factor that you have to take into consideration or analyze in order to address the question, when will your diversity visa interview be conducted, or when will you receive your interview notification? And that takes us to the next point, or the next new factor, which is the performance of your embassy. That's another factor to analyze or take into consideration when addressing the question in today's diversity visa program. And how is that done? I've said it before. To analyze the performance of an embassy, you need to look at what the performance of that embassy was during recent years, especially the year just before your program. In your case, DV 2024. So during that previous year, how did your embassy perform? Did they interview many diversity visa cases? How far or how close did it get to the final cutoff number that was established for your region in that program. Those are the kinds of questions that you need to ask and analyze, because your embassy is expected to perform in that same manner unless it acts to the contrary. That also needs to be taken into consideration. That aspect has to be analyzed when addressing the question, when will you or when will I receive my interview notification, or when will my diversity visa interview be conducted? And that takes us to the final point, the final new factor that we covered in this series, the decisions of the visa office. Now, when it comes to the decisions taken by the visa office, that is the most uncertain factor. As the year progresses, you cannot predict what the decisions the visa office will take will be. However, like in the case of the embassies, as time goes on, we are beginning to see signs that we can identify in the actions of the visa office on a yearly basis. Let me just give you a couple of examples. For the past few years, what we have seen the visa office do at the end of the year concerning the Africa region is to make the Africa region current. So this is something that could say to an applicant from the Africa region that the cutoff number concerning the Africa region is expected to go as far as possible. Another example is the cutoff number, or are the cutoff numbers for both the Asia and Europe regions. In recent years, we have seen that the cutoff numbers for those two regions go at a slow pace. And until they prove us wrong or act to the contrary, that is what we expect in this year's program. So those are signs that we look for when it comes to decisions or actions on the part of the visa office, and those signs help us in analyzing what is expected to happen concerning their decisions in the ongoing program. So to summarize, we can say that because the scheduling of your diversity visa interview is no longer limited to you submitting your DS-260, your DS-260 being processed, and your case number becoming current, you now need to take into consideration and analyze the new factors that now affect the scheduling of your interview in today's diversity visa program whenever you have to address or respond to the question, when will I receive my interview notification, or when will my interview be conducted? That is how things now happen in the diversity visa program, and that is what I had to share with you in today's video. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching it. See you very soon, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.